contain spoilers. Hello everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for The Arrow, Season 3, Episode 18, Public Enemy. I am your host, Clio, and welcome to the One Woman Podcast. Man, these episodes, dude, they do not disappoint. I have not been disappointed by an Arrow episode in a very, very long time. And I really like this episode for a lot of reasons. It started with a boom, boom, boom right in it. We all thought, not that we all thought, but like, Felicity was in the Maceo's crosshairs last week. And get at the cut. It was like, cut away. Is Felicity gonna get a shot? And obviously she didn't get shot. But the shocker was Ray got shot. I did not see that one coming. Got shot, like, in the chest. Like, legit probably should have died. But they got him to the hospital. He was in a critical condition. But he had a blood clot, which was kind of good thing that he got shot because they found the blood clot. And he revealed that he had some nano-shrinking tech that could be injected into his blood and be used to shrink the clot. And holy shit, this is where he's gonna get his shrinking powers. Now, I don't think I've ever read an Atom origin story. Like, everything I've read of the Atom has always been, he's already part of the Justice League, he's already an established hero with somebody else or whatever. So I'm not, like, 100% sure on what has the powers, if it's him or if it's the suit. And I don't know, for some reason I guess I always assumed that it was his suit that let him shrink. And maybe that's just me getting him mixed up with Ant-Man. Because that may or may not happen. Sometimes I get my DC and my Marvel heroes confused. Leave me alone. I'm human. I don't know everything. Although I like to think I know a lot. But yeah, this is where he's gonna get his powers from. Because the bots are in his blood. And as far as I know, they're not going to get flushed out. I don't think they'll get flushed out. They'll stay there. And they're in his brain. It's not like, it was a clot in his brain. So it's not like they're really going anywhere. So I'm guessing that that's going to be where he gets his shrinking powers from. And the suit is going to be something else that he then gives the shrinking tech to, so that both him and the suit can go push, push, push. But either way, it's gonna be really exciting. I can't wait till he has his proper powers, because so far he's just, like, been Iron Man. He's just been Iron Man, and I can't wait till he really becomes the Atom, because I don't think he's taken a name yet. He doesn't have a name. And it's not like he's really wearing a mask. He's wearing a clear visor, so everyone knows it's him, but he hasn't really done anything too public. The only thing he did was fight Ollie. So, yeah, and actually, I just read something today. I saw a link to it on Facebook, and I forgot is it Movie Pilot? Or Movie Plot was the website? But people on Twitter were like, or on Facebook were asking the writers and, like, the director of last week's episode, hey, why did Ollie just leave Roy? Why did Ollie just totally dip and not ask if Roy is okay? And I was like, hey, I talked about that. And apparently it was just an oversight. They didn't mean it. And I think one of the comments was actually just like, oops, we messed up, my bad. I think that's a very good quality in writers, to be able to say, hey, I fucked up, that it happens. We missed something. That's it. That's, So that was really cool that they were able to say, our bad, guys, our bad. And I'll try to link that that article in the description for you later. But yeah, very, very funny when I read it. Oh, and I forgot a thing. And it actually does not at all pertain to things in this episode, but I had someone tweet me, and I totally forgot to put this in the thing to show you guys. But here it is. I had Jakeinator tweet me this picture because he said he found it on 9gag and thought of our podcast. It's the ladies of Arrow that all have daddy issues. And it was it's like such a sudden thing this season to have all the main female characters just all of a sudden have daddy issues. Like, these are all recent daddy issues that now the ladies just have. And I just thought it was really funny. So thank you, Jakeinator. Very, very funny. Moving on, off of my tangent, finally. So Felicity takes the risk, injects him, and it works. The tech does its job, and he's saved. Yay! And now, what the doctor said was interesting, because he didn't say that, he said that the clot didn't shrink. It's gone. So what did the bots actually do to it? I think we're going to actually find that some maybe not so good side effects are going to come out of this, nanobot thing. Which is weird, because like, maybe it shrunk so small that they couldn't see it. Maybe they... Oh! Of course! The clots shrunk literally to the size of an atom. So, okay. That makes sense. That it just appears like they disappeared. It only seems like they disappeared. But yeah, I really can't wait until Atom is the Atom. Which I know is going to be soon. But it was very abrupt, where he's like, I have this nano-shrinking technology, and I'm like, that's gonna be really important soon. Pretty abrupt. And I think this is also, this whole nanotech in the brain thing, plus the, blaring problems with his suit, are gonna be what drives him to go to Star Labs next week. Because him and Felicity are going to be on The Flash. They're going to be guest starring on The Flash next week, and it's going to be super cool, because I love when Felicity, Caitlin, and Cisco get together, because they're so funny. They're a great trio. I love them so much. So yeah, I think that's what's going to lead them to Star Labs. And I predict some Barry Dramu. Some Felicity and Barry Dramu, because, I mean, maybe not. I think, though, with the Barry thing, she's gonna confide in him about, oh, do I love him? It's just so sad. Okay. Ray says that he loves Felicity. And she can't say it back. And it's just like, oh, that hurts, man. That hurts. And I understand. I've been there. I have been there. It sucks balls. But, I mean, sometimes people don't reach that level at the same time. And you just gotta breathe. And I hope Ray can just sorta... He's gotta bring it up, because you can't just sweep it under the rug. Like, you can't just pretend it didn't happen, because it happened, and it's out there in the universe. So he can't just, like, ignore it, but it might come, if he does try and ignore it, it might come out explosively, which we don't want to happen. But yeah, there's gonna be some sort of drama next either Flash or Arrow episode, because, you can't just not say it. You can't just walk away and not say it. Ugh. Oh, but I mean, her mom was like, you're still in love with Ollie. I'm like, oh no, stop. Stop, Felicity, don't be in love with Ollie, because Ollie is an emotionless husk. Be with someone who has human emotion, please. I honestly don't think they're right. Whether or not they really have feelings for each other is a completely different matter. They're not right for each other. I have been against that ship from, like, day one. No offense to Ollie Felicity shippers. No offense. You are, of course, entitled to your shipping opinions. I have some weird ships in some other, fandoms. It happens. And honestly, it's not a weird, it's a pretty predominant ship in this fandom. What I meant was I have some ships that people don't like, so I know the feeling. But yeah, Felicity's mom, who is hilarious and a delight to have on any episode, but she mentioned her dad like 3 times, and I'm like, we're gonna get some Felicity dad plot soon. And the mentioning of him in this episode really felt like, oh, wait a second, maybe he's somebody important. Either he's someone we have met in this show or in Flash, although more likely this show, someone we have already met in the show, or someone from the like his character is based on someone from the comics. And I'm like I'm like, who could it be? And I have no idea. But it sounds like he is running from the law, is what it is. So him leaving Felicity and her mom seems to not have been voluntary. It seems to have been run out of necessity or be locked up or whatever the case may actually be. So I really can't wait to see A, what he's done, B, who he is. Because Felicity's mom made it seem like he was a person who fought for, like, what's right. So maybe, like, Argus is that. Maybe it's even, like, one of those Argus or Hive or one of those organizations is after him. But I don't know. I honestly think we're going to find out. We still have 5 episodes left. There's a good chance we can find out more before the end of the season. If not, we're definitely going to get it next season because there's too many droppings of hints for us to not get more information soon. So Flashbacks. It was not actually Shadow. It was Shadow's twin. I have to say I didn't see that coming. There were a lot of nice twists in this episode that I was like, oh, yeah, nope, couldn't have guessed that one. That was pretty good. Yeah, so she had a twin. And, the whole thing with her was like the power of truth. It's like, my family has been missing for years. I don't care. If you tell me that they're dead, I need to know. And she uses the term, the power of the truth. Or the truth is powerful, or something like that. And I think that's something that's very important to this season, because Ollie is finally starting to tell the truth. He's come clean to his sister. He's, well, not by choice. Not by choice, but he is outed to Central City. Starling City. Oh my god. I was doing the opposite on the Flash show, and now I'm doing it on mixing the cities up. Dang it. Anyway, so he's out. Everybody knows his identity. Well, I mean, almost, maybe. It depends on if they believe Roy or not. But we'll get to that in a second. But my question is the power of truth something that Ollie has learned in the present? Or is he still learning it? Is he still learning that the truth needs to come out sooner? He cannot keep lying. And that lying is not viable. And he keeps messing up his life, in a sense, by lying. And holding back the truth. I don't know. I think we're just gonna have to see, because I mean, he's still got some lies. He's still got some lies. Because he just came forward to Thea about something this episode. What was it? Oh, because Thea turned to him and the whole thing about being heir to the demon. So he was still holding a lie to Thea, and he only just revealed that this episode. So I think he really is still learning to navigate the truth. It is very prevalent to what's happening now. And I like when the flashbacks tie in a way that is comparable, but is not like a mirror. Because it happens with Supernatural a lot. And I'm sorry, I complained about Supernatural a lot. It's gonna happen. Deal with it. I love Supernatural to death, but goddamn does it have problems. But what Supernatural does is it mirrors things. It doesn't use metaphors or stuff or equate. It's like a legit mirror. Like, oh, this is happening with these people. It's also same thing happening with these people. And it's like, no, could you just kind of make it a little more subtle? And I think that this show is starting to really be a little more subtle about how it makes its connections. We are approaching an answer to the general that is in charge of Amanda Waller and her organization. We're close, I can feel it, and we know in the Flash, this is not a spoiler, don't worry, it was in the promo, actually. We know in Flash that we are getting, General Ealing is coming back, and he's the general that kind of is messing up with Harrison Wells' steez over at Star Labs. So I think that, and I forgot his name, I honestly can't remember his name, but I think the Arrow, the general that's in charge of Waller, is going to have some sort of tie-in with Ealing, and I hope that it is cool. I'm expecting tie-ins. If there aren't tie-ins, disappointed. Tetsu and Masao bust in all badass, and like, in seconds, everyone is dead on the floor, and I was just like, oh, this is so cool, but, my heart. Honestly, any other episode, it would have been the coolest thing I'd ever seen. But this episode, it was just sad. It made me sad because Masao is just in such a dark place. Because like I said last episode, he just outright murdered the mayor. I don't think there's much redemption coming for him. And I think Ollie sees that now too. Because I think before this episode, Ollie was like, Masao, you talked to Masao like Masao was still Masao. But now Ollie was talking to Diggle like, I thought I knew him. I'm like, he's not the same anymore, what happened? So, I think me and Ollie are for once on the same page where it's like, yeah, Masao, there's no redemption for Masao now. And it makes me so sad. He's my favorite. Captain Lance. Vendetta is literally the best word for what he's got right now. It's just vendetta. He's blindly pursuing the Arrow. And I mean, yes, he is blindly pursuing the Arrow, but then I can't really blame him because there's no evidence of a copycat. You know what I mean? Like, he probably shouldn't be letting his emotions drive him as much as they are, but there is no evidence to indicate that it is a copycat. So, I don't know, I was kind of torn this episode with, like, you're being too crazy, but there's no, evidence to support the Arrow. So, yeah, that's that. I was very nervous for him, though, when he got abducted by assassin guys. I was like, oh no. Don't do nothing to Captain Lance. He's already hurting enough. But Ollie's out. His cover's blown. That's it. Ra's al Ghul has set the trap, and it's sprung. That's it. And that sucks. But what Roy did also sucks, because now Roy is in jail for something he didn't do, and it's, because I wonder if this is going to put a wrench in Raz's plans, or if it is still going to drive Ollie to the League, and I think it might. I think Roy being in jail might drive Ollie to the League. I think it might also drive Thea to join Team Arrow, or at least start helping out or something. Because she's got the skills. She still needs to be molded, but she's got the skills. And I want to see more action out of her, because the actress does an amazing job with the choreography. She's very good. And I just want to see her fight some more, and it's fun. There was just a lot of Laurel feels, too, because it's just like, oh, my daddy, why won't you talk to me? It's like, stop it! You're making me sad. Yeah, when Ollie turns himself in, it's just, they come to see him, and it's like, what have you done? Are you crazy? Ollie's like, no, this is the only way. No, Ollie, the only way is to join the League. That's the only way. But Roy feels like super guilty mostly for murdering a man. I mean, he wasn't in control, but, you know, he did murder a dude. And he still feels guilty over it, because when he was running away, I think he wanted to get caught. I mean, he said he wanted to get caught. He wanted to serve time for what he'd done. And so now he thinks that this is the way to do it. And I don't know if it's going to give him the closure he's looking for. It's probably just going to get him beat the fuck up in prison, is probably what it's going to get him. Yeah, but his guilt really drove him to do this, and it's like, was not surprising when he took the hood off. It's just like, oh, dang it, Roy. And it pisses me off, because Team Arrow was finally working really well. It was, you know, Ollie left for the mission with Diggle, Laurel, and Roy, and they were, like, jiving, and they were doing a good job, and then, you know, the team is in shambles now. I want my team back, man. I just want my team back. So yeah, honestly, that is all I have for this episode. Next week is Broken Arrow. Lance continues his mission to take down the Arrows, so Felicity orders Ollie to keep a low profile. However, when a metahuman named Jake Simmons, who kills people with blasts of energy and plasma, starts terrorizing Starling City, Oliver is forced to ask Ray for help. The unlikely duo is forced to team up to save the city. Yay! And I wonder, is Ollie going to put on the red hood for this? Or is he... the question is, what is he going to wear? That is the question. So, last week, which was actually 3 days ago, I did a spoiler finger. Which, funny enough, as of this episode's airing, is not really a spoiler anymore, because guess what? It's in the promo. It's in the promo for the rest of the season. So I think it was just one giant promo for both Arrow and Flash for the rest of their seasons. And I think, actually, Flash and Arrow are off next week, and they come back the week after, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Yeah, so they won't be back next week, it'll be the week after. But it's a promo for the rest of the seasons of both of these shows. And a lot of stuff was thrown at us. I should have actually watched it another 2 times, which I might do before we do the Flash podcast. But, and I'm trying to pick out what I wanted to say about it, and there's just so many things. What was I... Oh! So the spoiler finger, which is no longer an actual spoiler, was just... It was cast photos from... set photos from the season finale of The Flash. And it shows 3 heroes, Firestorm, Flash, and Ollie. But Ollie's not wearing his Green Arrow outfit, he is wearing a League of Assassins outfit. With the studded and the black and everything. Even his quiver's not his quiver, it looks like more like the League of Assassins stuff. So, I think whatever happens, he's gonna join. Maybe not take Raj's place, but, I don't know, maybe help out some way. I'm curious to know what you guys think about that. If you haven't seen the promo, I will link it in the description, and go check it out. Let me know what you think is up. What do you think Ollie's gonna do? Because he's clearly wearing the assassin's hood, you know? So, I don't know. We'll just have to see. But that promo was like amazeballs, and I cannot wait for the rest of this season. This is gonna be great. Oh, there was also something else that I should go back and take another look, because it looked like a lady sitting in a chair, but it looked like it could have been Felicity's mom. They didn't hang on it too long, so I don't quite remember. But if I watch it and find any more interesting tidbits, I'll write it in the comments or in the description. So that is all I have for this week. I'm gonna say it again, because if you do not watch Flash, what are you doing with your life? Get on watching Flash. Watch it from episode 1 to now. Catch up. Just do it. Just watch them in order. Don't read any spoilers. That show is actually just freaking fantastic, and the way that it ties in to Arrow in the universe, in the use of characters and everything is just awesome. So go watch it. I'm going to say it all the time. And I'm also going to say it on The Flash. I'm going to tell them to go watch Arrow. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I love to read your comments. I'm sorry, last week's episode was super late, so I haven't gone to read your comments this week, but I will respond, and I will read them out loud for next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can find me at Clio Moto, and you can find all of us. Oh no, you can find me at Clio Moto on the socials, and you can find me on Twitch at the Clio Moto, and you can find all of us at ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, MySpace. MySpace. And right here on YouTube. Follow us for some more podcasts from some of your favorite TV shows. Until next week, bye-bye. God, I gotta get that outro down. Dang it.